This is the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI Studios in Toronto, Canada.
Hey Toronto, this is Ed Sheeran.
This is Kelly Clarkson.
Hi, this is Bryan Adams.
This is Adele.
This is Madonna.
It's Michael Bublé, and you're listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep Show. It's fun. They're amazing.
In this day and age, we generally fill up the memory on our phone. We use cloud storage. There is a lot of stuff on our phone. Like, there are phones that are 500 gigs now. That's like way more than computers had back in the day.
And you were paying an arm and a leg for them, so it kind of makes sense. And you use it for everything. You don't even carry a wallet around anymore. You just use your phone.
Yeah, I just checked. I have 18,000 photos and videos on my phone.
Oh,
18,000.
I'm afraid to look. I'm sure mine's even more than that.
Really?
Yeah.
And this is after I recently hit my cloud like maximum, so I started like purging because I'm running out of space and I don't want to pay even more for space.
My problem is, like, let's say I'm in an outfit and then I get someone to take a photo of me. I need 150 photos.
But then you don't go back and delete all the ones you didn't use. You just have, that's the thing.
And I forget to do that.
I have 21,378.
Oh, wow.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, you have more than me.
Ridiculous.
I thought I was pretty bad.
No.
But
I have
also,
kids, though.
You have kids. Yeah, I guess I take a lot of pictures of my dog. Concerts. Yeah, but I mean, that's life. Everyone's got... You're checking as well?
I'm
what do you
just
got?
checking, but I don't know if I know how to check.
Okay, well, we'll let you figure that out.
If you go to your albums, it should say under your albums, right?
Yeah, go to your camera roll. I love that we're doing this in real time.
Anyway.
But I'm wondering because you've all heard of like cloud hacks, right? Remember there was the 1 years ago where a bunch of pictures of celebrities got leaked?
Right.
I'm wondering, not that we're that important or anything, but if your phone got hacked, what is the most embarrassing or random thing the hackers would find?
Gosh, this is embarrassing. I can't believe how many times I'll go through my camera roll and I'm like, what? I take pictures by accident all the time. I have so many pictures in my camera roll are just like up my nose. Some of them are just actual screenshots of my home screen, which I've done many times. Yep. Or like I'll just randomly take pictures and I don't know that I've done it until I go into my camera roll and I'm like, where did this come from? But there's so many of them. How clumsy can I be that I'm hitting the camera that many times?
It's because they added that you double tap the back of your phone. That's a feature for a screenshot now. And we do that so much by accident. I got to disable that one. That's not that bad though. If that's the most, I don't know if I believe that's the most embarrassing thing.
That's it.
You find on your phone.
I'm not that. I'm a walking embarrassment in my real life. I don't need to hide it.
All right, that's fair. Mine would probably be like just various screenshots of arguments from group chats I wasn't even in.
What?
Yeah.
Why did you? What?
Like when, like when like a friend or a peripheral friend, like they're having like, oh man, this group chat's going off. I'm like, what's happening? And then they'll just screenshot me a bunch of pictures, and I'll just be reading through the drama like it's like reality TV.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, they said what? Then they exited the chat, and then they just save onto my. When someone sends you something on WhatsApp, it saves onto my camera roll. So I'll go through it. I'm like, oh yeah, this argument from this group that I'm not even really that close with.
You can change the settings so that it doesn't happen, right?
Yeah, I know, but I like the drama a little bit.
It's one of those things where if a friend saw it down the road, they'd be like, why did you screenshot our conversation?
Why do you even have that?
Yeah.
What about you, Steph?
I don't do it as much anymore, but you know when your memories pop up and it'll be like this day in like 2020. So I noticed during COVID, I have a good 2 years worth of like inspirational quotes that I screenshot. Or like memes of like sassy things that I'm like, I'm going to repost this, so I hope this person reads it.
Inspirational quotes?
I've reposted none of this.
Wow.
Just sitting on my phone.
I expected something way more salacious from you, but you got too many inspirational quotes. Is the
I don't think
embarrassing
you've
thing.
ever used any inspirational
you're
quotes.
absolutely right. I haven't.
Normally, are you sure you don't mean sarcastic quotes?
They're in there too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just never
She
posted
reads
any of it.
an inspirational quote. She goes, lame, and then comes into work.
You know what I'm taking away from this conversation? All three of us were pretty boring. If your phone got hacked, what is the most embarrassing or random thing they would find?
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
You tell us. What's the embarrassing random thing you'd be worried about people finding if your phone got hacked? Jim from Scarborough.
The one that would probably embarrass me the most would be the pictures of my toe fungus.
Whoa, Jim.
I don't even know how to respond to that.
Wait,
I had it on 8 out of 10 toes, and I took pictures of it before treatment.
8 out of 10?
8 out of 10 toes, yeah.
What did the two stragglers do to avoid the fungi?
No idea. no idea they were in the middle. They were the middle toe too. So
They were right in the middle of that fungus party. They avoided it. That's a super spreader event on your feet.
That would be the most embarrassing photos on my phone.
But Jim, you've since erased the photos. Why are you keeping them?
Or did you keep them in a special folder? Just a fungi folder.
Well, I'm much older, so I've actually moved the photos. I don't have thousands on the phone. I do download them onto an external drive on my computer.
For a rainy day. Just for a rainy day.
It's just a reminder that you want to wear shoes when you're on pool decks and in shower rooms.
And if you ever forget that important message, you just go back on that external hard drive, check out the pics of those 8 fun guys, and then you're like, right, let me put on some pool shoes.
That's right.
My guy. Jim, that's awesome. Thanks for the call.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Oh, dear. I'm sorry if you're eating breakfast.
Yeah. I felt like we needed a ding every time you said fun guy. You really like your fun guy, don't you?
I am buying pool shoes like stat.
Me too.
If your phone got hacked, what is the most embarrassing or random thing people would find?
Well, I just found out that you have folders.
Don't we all have folders?
Well, you got folders?
Well, yeah, like if you go on a trip, you go to Greece, so like you create a Greece folder.
Okay. How many folders you got?
Probably like 40.
Oh, is it okay to go through the folders?
Some of them.
So you see where I'm going with this. Okay. I don't have any folders.
Well,
I don't think I do.
even Steph's got folders.
I don't know how to do it.
Steph, can we go through your folders?
Yeah, you can. It's just all my inspirational quotes.
Oh.
That's it. And the sarcastic ones.
You guys got to work on your folder game.
You will have folders because, like, WhatsApp automatically creates a folder. So does Instagram.
Yeah.
They all create. You
Yeah,
have
not
folders.
really on WhatsApp.
Anything you screenshot all your receipts, that gets put into a screenshot folder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's doing
She
it.
just
I
doesn't
just
know how
don't
to get
it.
to the folders. Is what it is.
Yeah, you don't know how to access the folders.
But aren't you making your own folders?
I am also making my own folders.
Which ones?
Okay. Frankie Flowers from Breakfast Television is in studio with us. Frankie Flowers, if your phone got hacked, what's the most embarrassing or random thing we'd find?
My post pictures of my vasectomy that I shared with. No, just, like with your group of buddies, they're like, what are you doing today? And there's a picture of me just sitting on the couch with, frozen something somewhere.
Oh, okay, like that. Okay,
No, not like the others. What are you guys thinking?
I was thought like surgical post. I'm like,
No.
you probably don't need to see
Nobody
that.
needs to see that. Not your
Wow.
friends, not your
Well, you
family.
got your group of like high school 7 buddies, that you
Yeah,
got that
of
group
course.
kind of, and that's where it's the most embarrassing. What
Yep.
you share between the group of guys, like that was supposed to happen in the dressing room and not leave the dressing room.
Yep.
When we get older, we keep on thinking we're in the dressing room.
Right.
Because men, we're just dumb.
I vibe with this so hard. I get it. I know what you mean.
Yeah, like we do things that are dumb. And then outside of that, if they were to see my search history, I'd be concerned too.
Is this also why you're carrying around a bag of frozen peas?
I love peas. They're nutritious. They kind of have a taste of spring, but they can be used for so many ways.
Probably not eating those ones.
Let's
though.
save that for the group chat.
Frankie Flowers, thank you.
Okay, have a wonderful day, guys.
Gail texting, and I like this. Gail saying, good morning, Pooja and Gurdeep. Every recipe I save starts with easy, like easy cheddar muffins, easy bread, easy lasagna, easy muffins. I'm known as a great cook. My saved recipes paints a very different picture. Ooh, so she'd be worried about that getting out.
People are hacking into her phone going, wait a minute.
You hit the easy button on all these delicious egg muffins.
I'm with you, though. If a recipe is easy, I'm more likely to try it.
100%. We like the low-hanging fruit here.
The Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
So have you heard of boomer asking? It has nothing to do with baby boomers. I know it sounds like, oh, is this one of those like, okay, boomer situations? No. Boomer asking is something that you probably have done and you didn't even know you were doing it, or you've been on the other side of it where someone boomer asked you and you're like, oh, great, this is wonderful.
Okay,
Any guesses?
Is it a reference to boomerang?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
So you're throwing something out that comes back to you.
Exactly. So it kind of moves in 3 parts. So one, you ask a question, okay? And then someone goes to answer, and then you boomerang the conversation back to yourself.
Oh, so you just really want to answer the question that you asked?
Exactly. So you've been in a social situation where maybe somebody asked you, like, I know, like over the summer, people like, oh, did you guys go away for the summer? And then I'll go to answer like, oh yeah, we actually went to New York City. We went to, and then before I'm even done talking, they're like, yeah, well, we went to Greece. And it was so fun. It was like, oh my God, let me show you my 47 photos of our trip to Greece.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, this happens all the time.
Yeah, where they just wanted to talk about their trip to Greece. They didn't really care where I went for the summer.
Or like, so if I came in here right now, first thing in the studio on Monday morning, if I'm like, hey guys, how was your weekend? And I'm kind of half listening to what you're saying. I'm like, you guys, I went skydiving.
Right.
That's me pretending I'm asking about what you guys did on the weekend. I don't care. I just want to tell you guys I went skydiving.
Exactly. You don't even care for the answer because you have your own agenda. And it sounds horrible, but I think there's a part of it that's kind of just innocent where you're trying to be thoughtful, you're trying to include them.
Trying to be conversational.
Yeah, and make it seem like you care about what they have to say, but really you have something to say.
So why not just come in and be like, instead of saying, hey, how was your weekend, if I'm not invested in your answer, people just come in and be like, guys, you won't believe what I did this weekend. Get right to the point.
Because people just don't do that.
Not considerate.
It's also like when people are like, or how are you? And they don't really care for the answer.
They don't really care.
Because they're not really asking how you are.
So is Boomer asking, because it feels kind of polite in terms of how you're couching it, is it like very Canadian, do you think? Like, do Americans Boomer ask, or is this the Canadian way to try and open the conversation?
Yeah, maybe it's something that we just do here more. It's possible. But it's now what's starting to happen in my own mind is I'm like, oh no. Have I ever Boomer asked and didn't even realize it?
I think we've all probably done
We've
this.
done it, right?
We've all probably done this. Also, can I just point out the irony of ironies that I don't even think occurred to you?
Okay.
You just Boomer asking to me. You're like, hey, do you know what Boomer asking is? I'm like, well, actually, you're like, Boomer asking is when you...
See?
Guilty,
but innocent. If you know what I mean. I didn't mean to.
The Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
This is the Pooja and Gurdeep Podcast.
Gurdeep, your birthday's coming up.
Yes, it is.
Aren't you surprised that I even remember that your birthday's coming up?
Why'd you have to bring this up? Listen, I love celebrating milestones, and not that this is a milestone birthday, but I think it's a good time to reflect and look back and be grateful for all the things. I'm just not a big birthday guy per se, like in terms of the hoopla, the parties, the get-togethers. Like, what are we doing this year? I don't know, whatever you normally do on a Saturday.
Really?
Like maybe like dinner with a few friends, but it's not like, it's my birth month.
It's shocking.
My birth week.
This coming from the guy who's like, I'm not a big Christmas celebration person. I'm not a big Valentine's Day celebration person.
I love celebrating other people's birthdays. Like when people go, I have a few friends who go all out for their birthdays. You know, like our buddy Devo Brown from Breakfast Television throws a boat party. Great, yes. I'm there for that. Let's set it off. But when it's my birthday, no, I don't want to do anything big.
It's interesting because it's almost like all eyes are on you and it's a lot of attention. I've actually attended a surprise party that your mom threw for you.
Yeah. Right.
And that was a lot of eyes on you because you didn't even know we were all going to be there.
So for someone who doesn't like surprise parties, I've had 4. You just reminded me of another one, right? That was like because that's the I didn't know you I thought I only had age 17. My mom threw one with my high school friends. Age 21, my mom did one at Frankie's Tomatoes in Vaughan with a bunch of family friends. My ex-girlfriend threw one for me at age 24. And then the one you attended would have been like my 30th or something that my mom did.
Like teppanyaki.
Yes, that was my 30th. So I guess I've had 4, that's too many surprises.
That's a lot.
It's too much.
That's a lot. Most people, maybe they're lucky if they get one surprise party. You've got 4?
Here's a question. Do you like being pranked?
No.
A surprise party is basically just an elaborate prank. It's an elaborate prank where everyone's in on the joke except you. And you walk in and everyone's there and they're screaming at you.
Yeah, but it's not embarrassing.
Yeah, they're not laughing at you.
I know, but you're not prepared. You're like, maybe like I came super casual in track pants because I thought it was just my family at the restaurant. And then now it's like everybody there. You're like, should I have like... I don't like not being prepared for stuff.
I'm with you. And I think most people you would ask, if they had a preference over a surprise party or not, most people would not choose a surprise party because it's out of your control and you don't know.
Yes.
But if you've actually experienced one, which you have had 4, it is nice. There are those like warm feelings and then, everybody showed up for you. Maybe they managed to keep it a secret because, inevitably someone leaks it. It is a nice feeling, especially if we threw one for my dad's 80th. And it was just so nice for him to see some of his childhood friends and friends he's had for many years. And everybody's reminiscing and telling stories. It was just gave you all the warm and fuzzies.
I love planning
Absolutely.
them. Planning them is the fun part, though.
Yeah, you just threw one for your partner as well. Like
planning them's great. Wasn't it fun planning it for your dad? And
It's
then
so fun.
right? And you're getting it all together. You're like, this is going to be so great. He's going to be so excited. You're doing good things.
I could see why planning it would be more fun than receiving it. I think it's one of those things, if you are on the receiving end of a surprise party, it's not fun in the moment, it's stressful, but later on, you look back and feel all the things like, oh my gosh, so much thought went into that, so much
Yes.
love went into that.
Yes.
How special do I feel? But that's not how you feel in the moment when 80 people are screaming surprise at you.
Yes, it's so true. How do you feel about it? So this is if you've had a surprise party thrown for you, you've actually experienced it. Love them or don't love them?
Pam in Toronto.
I loved it.
Love it. How come?
Nice.
You know what? I wasn't really surprised because it was my 40th and my daughter told me that they're planning me a surprise party.
Wait. Hold on. Your daughter told you that's not a surprise.
Yeah, but you know what? My girlfriend came and said, we were planning, but we changed our mind. So then she threw me off. And then now she said, I'm taking you out somewhere for dinner. And then she said, my kids are going to something, and we're going to drop them off, and then we're going to go to our little dinner thing. Lo and behold, that was the surprise party she was taking me to. But then, on my way there, I saw one of my girlfriend's car parked in the parking lot, and I said, what is Panchita doing here? But I didn't say anything. I played along. And we got to the building, we walked. She said, you try those doors. I don't know where these kids are. Let's see, make sure they're okay. Knocked on the door. She knew exactly what she was doing. She got me to knock on some door. She knocked on some door. When I knocked on the door and I opened the door, everybody was there. Surprise! So I had to pretend as though I was surprised.
But you still loved it.
But it was good. It was a surprise because of the people that were there. I didn't expect to see them. I had friends travel from the U.S. and friends from all over. It was really a good party.
Aw, nice.
Love that, Pam. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
You too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Also getting a lot of texts at 981-981, including from Lisa, and we're getting a lot like this. I like planning them, but not being on the receiving end of them. Planning them is fun.
This is what you and Steph said.
Yeah.
I've never been the main conspirator in planning one. I've been a co-conspirator, but maybe one day I'll be on
You're
the other
like,
side
I
here.
hate them, so I'm going to do this to someone else.
Exactly. I'm going to inflict this on someone else. Karen texting in saying, my ex threw a 40th surprise party for me. Thank goodness a neighbor accidentally told me earlier in the day. I was horrified it was going to be at my house. I went home and cleaned, tidied as fast as I could. I hate surprises.
Oh, wow. I see. This is what I would be afraid of as well. Because, if I knew people were coming over to my place, I'd want to, do an extra level of cleaning.
But isn't the conspirator who's, cleaning because they know people are coming
you
over?
would hope.
This is why they're the ex.
From CHFI Studios,
It's the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
If I had
$500 million.
if I had
$500 million.
well, I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
Vladdy can buy all the monkeys. Blue Jays fans waking up to great news. I checked my phone at 3 a.m. when I woke up to see Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is about to sign a $500 million 14-year extension with the Toronto Blue Jays. That is crazy money.
Wowie, that is so much money. Just to put it in perspective for me, in terms of contracts signed for the Jays, what are we looking at? Is this the highest ever?
This is the third biggest contract of all time in baseball, biggest ever for the Jays. It's also $500 million US. So I just did the quick math with the Canadian dollar where it is right now. That's $710 million Canadian.
Wow.
It's $35 million US per season for the next 14 years till he's 40.
That's so much money.
It's can you even spend it's enough money that you can make bad decisions with it and still be okay.
Yes, which is why we want wrong answers only when we ask you the question of what you would do with $500 million. It's because it's so insane to even say those words for them to come out of your mouth. None of us can ever even dream of that kind of money.
What would you do with $500 million? Wrong answers only. Can I answer for you?
Sure.
I feel because you talk about this all the time. I don't even know if you need $500 million for this, but the first wrong answer only, first bad thing you would buy is you'd buy a wind machine because you always talk about wanting a Beyonce wind machine, and you'd have that with you. You'd have a person carrying it so that whenever you were talking, there'd just be wind blowing your hair beautifully in the air.
Yes. Yes.
And you'd have a hype man because you love good vibes only. You love just positive feedback and all that. So you'd have a hype man with you being like, good one, Pooja. Oh,
Go, Pooja.
You
Go,
look beautiful
Pooja.
today.
Yeah.
Nice robot, Pooja.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought you were my hype man, though.
Partially, but I can
that.
only be with you for these 4 hours. You need a 24-hour hype man.
Plus, those wind machines can be heavy. So, there's that. Okay, for you, I feel like you wouldn't even make it about you. You would make it about Coffee the Pooch.
Okay.
Right? So
I
if
like
you had
that.
money to burn, I feel like everything would be gold. A gold collar, right? Gold
yeah,
dust.
probably.
That Coffee just
The wrestler?
No, she just walks around with gold dust. I mean, you could do whatever you want.
I could probably hire him. What's he up to?
She takes a bath in gold. Everything would just be so opulent for Coffee the Pooch.
Like a little Barbie mansion, but for dog size, like a doggy mansion?
Yes.
Ooh, I like where your
Custom made
head's at.
clothing.
Yeah, she has some of that already.
Of course she does. Of course she does. What would you do with $500 million wrong answers only?
We're going to get to Steph's, and we want to get to yours as well.
The Pooja and Grenade Podcast.
From 98.1 CHFI.
If I had
$500 million.
if I had
$500 million.
well, I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
What would you do with $500 million wrong answers only? Even the way we sing that, you can tell that there's no way we would ever come into that kind of money.
No, I think
We sound ridiculous.
I think our singing's getting better though. So we provided guesses for each other. I said a wind machine and a hype man for you, and for me, you said
A bunch of stuff for Coffee the Pooch because you love your dog more than anything.
This is
and,
true.
I think everything would be gold plated.
Yeah, gold plated.
Or actually, not
everything.
gold plated, gold.
Yeah, just
Pure
straight up
gold.
gold with 500 mil. I could arrange that. Steph, what would be your wrong answer only you'd do with 500 mil?
A yacht.
That seems like a good answer.
I would never use it.
I would just be like,
I have a yacht.
yeah. See, the wrong answer is I would buy a yacht I would never use.
Right.
Yes.
Or
Okay.
just Big Chew gum. Like all of it. Remember that gum? That
Oh,
was
yeah,
like
Big
the
League
best.
Chew?
Oh, Big
It
League
was
Chew,
the
yeah.
best.
I
You
would
could
just-
own the company.
I would own the company and just have it in my house everywhere.
I
love
like that. That
gum.
feels like a good answer to me.
On my yacht. I'd put it all on my yacht.
Text coming in at 981-981. Nikki from Hamilton says, I want someone to follow me around and feed me Biscoff cookies at the snap of a finger.
Oh, that's a good one. You were speaking Gurdeep's language on that one. You love that. Okay, Dorothy from Milton saying, I would hire a private helicopter and driver to take me from work to home every day so I could avoid the Toronto commute.
Ooh, that's good.
Yes.
Let's squeeze in one more here. Maya from Toronto saying, I would launch a clothing line for raccoons. Little jackets, tiny jeans.
Maya,
What?
why? I guess you have money to burn.
Just a bunch of Canadian tuxedo trash pandas just walking around.
Look at all vacation on my yacht.
Hopefully that brings you some joy. I mean, it's your $500 million. Use it any way you like.
Vladdy, make it happen, buddy. You got the cash.
If I had
$500 million.
if I had
$500 million.
well, I'd buy you a monkey. Haven't you always wanted a monkey?
Sure. And a couple of monkeys if you had $500 million. We're looking for the wrong dumb answer.
And you are with us at 981-981. Kieran Woodbridge writing, hire Taylor Swift to follow my ex around and write diss tracks about him.
I mean, is that in budget still? 500? Taylor's not cheap.
She's not going to be cheap, but
Yeah,
you
I
have
don't
that
know.
kind of money,
That's
maybe.
pretty amazing. This is a weird one. Matt in Toronto says, fill my swimming pool with ranch dressing, ... just cuz.
Whoa.
That's gross.
Have you ever swam in ranch dressing before?
I don't think you can, I don't know.
Why would you want to?
That's a little, no.
Josh in Mississauga writing, make my own line of scented candles. Scents include regret, leftovers, and my ex's hoodie.
Oh,
Ooh.
there's some drama there, Josh.
Did you have to return the hoodie?
Yeah.
You could just smell that one.
There's a lot.
Thanks for listening to the Pooja and Gurdeep podcast.
Listen to Pooja and Gurdeep live weekday mornings from 5 to 9.
Only on 98.1 CHFI.
Toronto's perfect music mix.